Hi, if you're like me and you've been using Microsoft Publisher for years, you've just received a notification that they're not going to support it after 2026. Now, I've created a lot of threefold folders using Microsoft Publisher, and I always liked it because of all the layout lines that I could see visibly when I laid out my brochures. I didn't know how I was going to move forward. I emailed Microsoft support, and they didn't really give me a really great answer. And they said to, try this, try that. I tried a few different products that didn't seem to do the job that I wanted to do, and I didn't want a huge learning curve. So I began to experiment with some ideas that I'd read about. I'd like just to walk you through a very simple fix that I discovered and see if it works for you. Excuse me. So first of all, what I did is very simply use the export function in Publisher, and I went ahead and I'll put it in my documents folder. I just created a PDF copy. Now, I'll go ahead and close the Publisher file. I won't need it anymore. And now I'll go over to the documents folder and open up that PDF. Now here's my brochure, 1 and 2, on the PDF, and everything looks good. So I'm using Adobe Acrobat Pro. I went ahead and I used the export function, and I exported this PDF into Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'll go ahead and do that and send it to the same folder, and I'll go ahead and save that. Now you'll have to wait just a minute for it to save. Now I'll go back to my file and open up the new PowerPoint. So here's the PowerPoint, and it looks just like the Publisher file, except for maybe I lost a few of the font styles that I had in there, which are very easy to clean up. But I wanted to see visibly, I wanted to see the separation lines between the three columns. So in looking on working with columns in PowerPoint, I found that I could just go ahead and use a table. So what I did was I created a simple table, and I'll go ahead and just expand that to the two edges. And what that does is it gives me 3 equal columns that divide that brochure. I'll go all the way to the top. I'll go all the way to the bottom. And now I will add in the table layout or the table design, I want to see the borders. Okay, I'll take away any fill, so I'll put no fill. So now I can see my brochure, and I can also see the editing lines. So what I'm going to do with that, I don't have the inner blue line, but I can always leave a bleed line for that, just mentally. So what I'm going to do now, though, is try to edit this. I can't edit it. So I had to go ahead back to the table layout and send that to the back. Once I send it to the back, I could edit. So I just copy that, go to the second page, paste that, make sure I send it to the back, and then my file's automatically saving. I'll go ahead and close it. Now I'll go back to the documents folder. I'll open it up again, and you can see that I have a folder that I can continue to use now with the guidelines. So when I go to print, all I have to do is go to table design and put no border. I do that for both. And now I've got a clean file that I can print, and I don't need the lines except for when I edit. So for whatever reason, that one didn't go away. So let me just make sure. No border. There we go. There it is, gone. Okay, gone on both of them. So that's just an easy fix that I did. I also went ahead and I created a master file that I can use, to make new brochures, because I'm always making some new brochures. So I've got a threefold template. And since I use kind of the same block layout design, I've left those items in there along with the title and the backside with my grid lines. What I do want to note is that on this, you'll need to move those two columns out a little bit to the side, and you can test print that, because that way when it prints, it'll take into account the border that's going to need to be there. And that'll be the same for your title page and also for this block here. And so a test print will basically show you if you're right in line. Then you can line all of your text along the center of that title and of that block. So that's just an easy fix that I found. I hope that helps you if you're in the same boat that I was in, wondering how you were going to go ahead and continue to work without Microsoft Publisher in the future. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.